What's going on, guys? Happy New Year, and welcome back to another episode of the Post to Post podcast. This week's episode is episode 54. We're finally back after the holidays. Matt, how's your New Year's resolution going?
Terrible.
Yeah, what'd you decide? Did you come up with one or no?
To do something, and I haven't done anything yet.
Nice. To do something. Nice. I love to see it. Mine is to stop swearing so much, so I'm hoping that I can clean it up in 2022, and you guys don't have to listen to me drop F-bombs, but hanging out with this guy, I don't know how that's going to go. Quick little trade update here. The Blackhawks have traded forward Alex Nylander to the Penguins for Sam Lafferty. What do you think on that one? Anything?
I think that's a solid move right there. I think Sam Lafferty's been like a solid player, especially this year and the past year. I don't know. We've been seeing kind of players like move up in the past 2 seasons, and I think Sam Lafferty is part of that. Alex Nylander too, although I do think Sam Lafferty's the better player to pick up here. But,
really? You think so?
Yeah.
I think he might have a higher ceiling. I don't know much on Sam Lafferty, but the only thing that I think of when it comes to Nylander is the fact that he's like a former first round pick, and this is his third team in X amount of years, you know? So it's kind of weird to see that, but I just think that there is upside to him, and, you know, he could have done more with the Blackhawks than he did, and hopefully with the Penguins he can fit into Sam Lafferty's role. So
hopefully.
That's all I got there.
You never know. Stats could change with the player on a different team, you know, just how things go.
Yeah, and just so you listeners know, today is Friday, January 7th, so it's definitely very good to be back. It's been a few weeks without you guys. We did plan to take off the Christmas week. We ended up having a little bit of COVID issues here, just like everyone else around the world. So we took last week off, and we're dropping for you guys on, I believe, Monday the 10th. So yeah, I'm going to let Matt drive the bus this episode, I think, because he's the notes guy.
It's going to be funny seeing you look at the calendar that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Brandon Tanev, who'll miss the rest of the season with a torn ACL. Brandon Tanev was the big news with the Seattle Kraken when he was picked up. It's going to be rough to see him gone. No more Crazy Eyes for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, the locker room presence that he brings on and off the ice, obviously, like, there's just a lot to Brandon Tanev, and he has become the face of the organization. As much as it sucks, they're 10-19 this season, and to have him leave, like, that's not going to be great. They're on a 5-game losing streak since that happened. Yeah, just losing Brandon Tanev. He's probably one of your top forwards on the team.
Right.
Tough to see.
Moving on from that, too. So, before I talk about this player, the World Juniors happened, I guess. They got a few games in before it all kind of tanked.
Yeah, that was terrible to see.
Bad news for that. The World Juniors is like months and months of training, just preparing and training for these players and for these kids who are like 16, 18, 17, you know. There's so many scouts out there to, you know, scout them for like the draft and everything. So it's like just a big part of a big deal for all these players to play, and they only got a few games in, and that was it because of all the COVID issues. But during this, we found out a player on the Team Czechoslovakia whose name is Ivan, which that's kind of been blowing around the internet.
That was hilarious, dude. That is by far the number one hockey name I've ever seen in my life. And initially, I think when I saw this, I texted you. I was like, dude, this Russian player is hilarious. And I was like, holy shit, he's not from Russia. Wow, that was very bad of me. But yeah, the name was hilarious. Ivan. And the fact that they wrote it all out, you know what I mean? Just to see that was so funny.
Ivan, what a beautiful name. It's just I have so many questions that I need answers to at that point, and be like, dude, what's your name? Ivan. What's your last name? Ivan. Middle name? Ivan.
For real, right?
Real. I don't know. I guarantee you there's a Matt out there, maybe.
Imagine, dude. That'd be so weird to see.
A Matthews out there, or Christopher's out there.
Christopher, right?
It's gotta be, buddy. It's gotta be Chris.
While we're on IAHF too, I wanted to jump on Connor Bedard. He's the first 16-year-old to score a hat-trick for Canada at the World Juniors since Gretzky. He's also the youngest player to ever score 4 goals in a single World Juniors game. And currently in his last 5 games, he's 11 goals, 15 points in 5 games. So, fucking wild, dude.
Connor Bedard is on fire.
He is the next thing, man. I'm telling you.
Holy shit. Team Canada, I watched a few games for Team Canada for the World Juniors, and one of the games, I think they're just still trying to figure each other out. But it was the following game after that, and I can't remember who the hell they were playing for the life of me, but they were just they just knew each other like the back of their hands. Like 3-on-1s were just like the passings and like you knew.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a goalie, like trying to put myself in like the other goalie's skates, I was like, Jesus.
I bet it was
like,
that.
No way.
I bet it was that. Is it Michigan line that has like Owen Power and
yeah.
whoever else it is.
Bedard and
Yeah, there was one other player from that same team, so it's like they probably do know where everyone is because they played all season together. When you're putting Shane Wright, that's right. And if you're putting together a team like that, if you have 3 guys that have already played a whole season together, like chemistry doesn't get better than that, you know.
It was just unbelievable, and that's Connor Bedard just took off with that line, man. It just we've talked about him several times. So we brought him up first time almost a year ago now, and we're seeing that like he hasn't really slowed down at all. Like he's gonna be a huge draft choice when
Arizona comes around next year knocking, right? They're gonna go back first round, first overall picks. One last little
God, can you imagine?
Right.
Go to the KHL.
One last little World Juniors update, too. I think Matt has the info here. The Slovakian goalie Simon Lakotsky calls out the IIHF about their conditions for the tournament.
Right. So, Simon Lakotsky said, he said a lot, but I'll say, I'll kind of read what he said here, too. So, I'd like to say a few words about this World Juniors tournament. It is a joke. Nothing else is true. How is this even possible? Every single player has been preparing for this tournament for days, months, even years. This is the best part of junior hockey. I was so excited to play at the tournament because I know many people watch that and want to experience it all. He goes on to talk about how much they've gone through with like their family, Christmas and everything, playing for their country and traveling and all this stuff and with teammates. And then he gets to the point where he talks about how COVID happened and with like the COVID testing and everything. It became like damn near impossible for this to even happen. Yet he feel like they're just kind of dragging the players through the mud for money because it's almost like what he was saying basically in this was just like they knew this is probably not going to work out, but if they're going to make some money out of it, they're going to do it. But I don't know. Would you go through all that to lose out on money? I feel like you lost out on money doing this.
I think I can't really tell you the financial aspect of it. Like, they're always going to look at it as compared to last year, we lost X amount of dollars. But when it comes to, the men's versus women's thing, and there was another issue with the IIHF about how they didn't even try to put the women's one on, but they did the men's one, and it ended like this. I mean, it's a hard situation. There's no real right or wrong answers at the end of the day because everyone has their opinion on it,
Right.
It's getting so wishy-washy weird now. But, I mean, shout out to him for, voicing his opinion, putting it out there and expressing himself because, like, viewers like us don't even second guess, whatever the fuck. I'm an idiot. There goes one swear. There goes my New Year's resolution down the toilet. We don't even think about the fact that it's Christmas Day and we're watching these young 15, 16, 17-year-olds play hockey on Christmas Day and not spend it with their family, opening gifts and, giving gifts, having fun, celebrating.
Right. Not even in their own country.
Yeah. So it's very cool to see the camaraderie that comes out of it, though, is the other side of the coin. Like, we saw Germany get, one of their biggest wins this World Juniors, and they all got together on the ice and took pictures before leaving, and it's very heartwarming to see because I was really pulling for that German team. Each year, I don't know what it is about Germany, but seeing them on the ice clicking together, the way they celebrate when they score, it's not like any other team that's there. Czech Republic, Russia, Slovakia, U.S., Canada, they're all Finland. I mean, you name them all. Germany's almost like the one that is on the outside looking in. They're not in that group, and for them to get there, get that win and the way the pure joy that I see in that team, I fucking love to see it. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think Germany's coming up too.
They are. They
Germany's
definitely are.
A country that's really coming up.
I mean, they have their own league that does really well.
Right. The DEL, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, I don't know. It sucks. I can't imagine as a player, and I love how you brought up Christmas and stuff. It's just kind of you feel like you get dragged through the mud with all this too. It means so much, but because. I mean, we're just talking about this too. We're just I had the flu. Like I tested negative. Like it wasn't COVID, but these guys, if like they just get like the colds, like that's it. And there's no like taxi squad or anything. It just ends. You know.
And we noticed too, as things were getting worse with this World Juniors, it was this game's canceled or postponed because one player on the entire team is tested positive. So it's like we're not dealing with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like it's the right call to cancel it, but like it was also weird to see how personal of a message the president of the IIHF put out. It was almost like he felt like attacked that people were questioning him canceling it, or like all of the decisions he made seemed, the answers he had were very defensive the way they were written. And I didn't personally like that. I kind of expected it to be more of like a broad, you know, when you see a corporation or like the NHL or like any corporation put out a statement, it's not like defensive. It's like just a general, like, we're canceling because COVID. You know what I mean? And like, this was it seemed personal and heartfelt. And he was like, we have had such a hard time making these decisions that you don't understand what it's like, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't like to see that. I don't know. I thought it was weird, but yeah, it sucks to see, you know, at the end of the day, it's these kids that are affected the most out of everyone else, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. So that I wasn't a fan of that. I think we all saw it coming too. And then when it happened, you're like, there we go.
Yeah.
But it all happened it's so quick.
And I don't want to brush over the fact that the women's didn't even get to play. Like, at the end of the day, these are corporations. It's about money, and that's why the men's got an attempt and a shot at it. But, I mean, honestly, as much as it sucks to say, like, I'd kind of rather be in the women's shoes where like the men got teased and it was like, we're here, we're ready to do this, and then snap, it's done.
Just
you know?
done. Yep.
So, but I mean, you got to look at the bottom line. So, it sucks.
It is what it is. I don't know. It's the best I could say right now. It just is what it is. It sucks to say though. So, more news on the Big Caboose Bruce here. He ties the NHL record for longest win streak with a new team with 7 wins. Dude, Bruce Boudreau is turning this team around.
Bruce, there it is. Nothing else to say.
Nothing else.
No, but the Canucks, dude, 16-15-3 after that horrendous start. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10. Kind of wild, man. Like, I think that they're going to climb really fast. Like, they're only 2 points behind the Kings and the Sharks and 3 points behind the Oilers. Believe that? The Canucks are within 3 points of the Oilers right now.
Who we were talking about last summer as like last NHL season about them being the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
We were talking, and now all of a sudden Bruce Boudreau comes in and he's bouncing them like up the division ladder. Holy shit!
Yeah.
I think that goes to say what a coach can do in the locker room too. I think one, he knows what he's doing. Two, it's a morale boost for a bunch of these guys. Probably whatever he's doing, it's a big morale boost. We're just like, I want to play for this guy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and all of a sudden, like one player does something like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but like, yeah, one player will be like, yeah, let's do this, and then it just feeds off of like everyone else, and here they are, 8-1-1.
He changes the entire culture coming in there, you know?
Right, exactly. And I think we've seen it before too, where just like there's so many players that don't want to play for coaches. We're talking about John Tortorella 1,000 times, and we've seen guys just like not play well, and they get traded down to Florida or whatever, and then they stop playing well for like a coach or a team that they're just like, yep, I get treated like a human here. So
yeah. So off topic though, something that just caught my eye. I was looking at the standings, looking at the Canucks and everything. The Coyotes have the worst goal differential in the league with -54. So they've got scored on 54 more times than they've put the puck in the net. And guess who's just as close, which is so surprising to me? The Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the division. Montreal's like
they have
down.
1 point more than the Coyotes, which is fucking like amazing to me. Like out of nowhere. They were in the Stanley Cup Finals last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we were talking about like the fucking 10 players that they have out. And
yeah.
Carey Price still isn't back, by the way.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about him and he's like, yeah, holy shit, I just thought about that. He still isn't back. We were just talking about him like a month ago, saying
he said he was going to take his time with it. He was back practicing, and you know, he's got his own mental thing to take care of, so he needs to take his time with it.
True.
He probably also doesn't want to come back looking at them being the second worst team in the league right now. He's like, oh shit.
I'll take my time. Jake Allen, you got this, buddy. I believe in you. So actually, to stay on the same subject for Bruce Boudreau, dude, you ever see the cameos he's been putting out?
Oh, yeah, dude, hilarious.
I need to see how much those cameos are, and I swear to God, I'm going to do something because, oh, my God, he's killing it in Vancouver as a head coach and cameos. Like, I wonder for maybe for one of these episodes, we'll start off with, like, a cameo that we might have.
Dude, cameos are so funny. The actor for Kevin from The Office has made the most money off of cameo.
Really?
Made more than anyone else, man. So funny. Kevin's awesome, dude. He's a hilarious character, but I thought it was pretty cool. Like, I think Weeksy's on there for a cameo option. Like, Sean Avery was doing it a bit. Sean Avery actually called out a New England senior teamer. No, the guy that folded New England senior. Do you remember seeing that? I'll send you the video if you haven't seen it yet. And I'll put the link down below, too, for everyone. He basically... So a team paid for a cameo from Sean Avery to call out Paul Lobenstein, who's the owner of New England Senior Hockey League around here.
Was.
Yep. I mean, still is, technically. I mean, the thing folded, and he filed Chapter 13. But he calls him out, and he's like, you scumbag, like, just fucking ripping the guy. And the dude literally took, like, over $1 million and ran when he folded New England Senior. Yeah, so, like, Sean Avery roasts him. It's hilarious. Link will be below for you guys. So funny.
We've talked about him before. I met him once in Saugus. Like, dude, you are a dirtbag.
That's surprising that you met him because, like, the dude just lives in Florida now.
Right.
Like, just runs a league from Florida.
Leaves.
Does not care.
Yeah, wasn't a fan of that guy whatsoever.
But yeah, cameo.
Yeah, cameo. So anyway, Bruce Boudreau cameo.
Right.
Also, we got Brad Marchand also calling out the NHL. I have that up right here. Jesus, I just had it. Here we go. So, Brad Marchand went on Twitter and at the NHL and NHLPA and said the NHL and NHLPA can change the rules of the CBA to add a taxi squad so that they don't miss any games and don't lose any money, which has already been agreed upon that the players will pay back in escrow until the players are made whole from what they have lost during the pandemic, regardless how many games they are missed. Yet, they can't do a taxi squad during the Olympics, so they can honor the agreement they made so the NHL players can go. Please tell me that's not bullshit, and for all of you who want to pipe back about forfeiting pay while being gone, yeah, no problem, let the players make their choice. So this is like a push against the NHL about them pulling away from the Olympics, which... I think this is saying that NHL players, like, they just like the World Juniors, like, this is a big thing for these guys. They do want to go. They even around this time, they like this is a big thing for them, and we're finding another thing just like the World Juniors here with a little pushback.
Yeah, I think a big thing with that is the main reason I think for the NHL to not send their players is COVID. But I think it also had to do with the Olympic scandal with the athlete that actually turned back up. Did you hear about that?
No.
She's back. She turned up safe and sound and has now redacted all of her sexual assault claims on whatever like official there was. Like, it's so fucking
China's
sketchy and
fucked.
wrong.
Yeah.
But regardless, either way, going back, I think, yes, I agree with Marchand that the players should have a choice, but at the same time, you're an entity and, like, part of this organization, so what the organization says goes. It does suck, and it's terrible, but I understand both sides. You know what I mean? Just seeing how they feel about it. I don't really know. You know?
It's rough. It's rough because you're not in their shoes. Like, both Simone Lacazette and Brad Marchand, like, you could feel for them what they're saying, but at the same time, like, you're not in their shoes to understand.
I just think the worst part of it is the same thing with World Juniors. They were teased, and it was like a carrot on the stick in front of their heads, looking forward to the Olympics, and then bang, it's taken away. Like, within like a month of us being able to go. You know what I mean? Right. It's nuts. One thing that I wanted to touch on with the NHL too, Andrew Raycroft tweeted out this week too. He tweeted a tweet that said "Same League #NHL," and that's all it says. And it's a picture of the Toronto Maple Leafs stadium with just the mascot in it, and then the Winter Classic that's jam-packed, full house. And the caption, it's someone else like taking a picture of his tweet and posting it on Instagram, and the caption says, "Nothing makes sense anymore." I understand it's the same league, but when you get into COVID and stuff, I was like, how fucking out of touch are you, dude? Like, did you not, Andrew Raycroft, have you not like lived anything that has to do with COVID? Mm-hmm. They're different countries, there's different protocols. The league doesn't decide what the country wants to do.
Right.
in their country. You know what I mean? So I just thought it was the most out of touch, like dumb tweet I've ever seen, just to stir the pot and get some shit going. And I understand having empty stadiums in Canada. That's how Canada wants to handle it. That's what it is.
Canada's been very strict.
And then that was the Winter Classic picture, which we're going to get into, St. Louis and Minnesota, which was in Minnesota, I believe.
It was in Minnesota.
Yeah. And that's what they want to do to handle COVID. You know, it is what it is. Like, don't just fucking, I don't know. It's getting politics involved where the league is just trying to appease both sides, which is what they should do. They need to.
Right.
That's how you maintain a cross-border league, you know?
It's so difficult. There's going to be, I don't know how, it's so difficult to make decisions because, like, I'm going to bring up Florida again. Like, you can do whatever the hell you want down there. Whereas, like, parts of the Northeast, like, up here, just, like, it's more strict.
Not anymore, though. Now,
not anymore.
Massachusetts is one of the worst states for COVID right now, and nothing's really changed. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it was last year.
I could bring up California, where it's just like that's very, like, shut down-y. And then you got Canada that's very strict on this. It's just different places, different rules, and different countries, different rules, you know?
And I just didn't see a reason to call the league out for it. The league has nothing, like, they have something to do with it, but they don't have the final say. No. The countries do.
It's just something to complain about. That's it.
Exactly, right? Yep. That's what people want.
Exactly. Content.
Wish we had content.
Yeah, what's that? Not on here. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah, we're content on here not having any content. Hey! I'm going to skip that next one, by the way. Unless you wanted to do it.
No, go for it.
Okay, we'll do it. So, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna skip that one. So, OHL reinstates Logan Milot on January 1st. You know who we're talking about here?
I heard about this, yeah. But if you could elaborate for the people who don't
know. So, Logan Milot is a young kid, and he took a Snapchat or video or something like that of him and a girl doing some things and sent it to like some of his buddies, and OHL got some word of it. You know, they completely just like got rid of him in the OHL. He's been fighting to come back, and now he's back. So I'm gonna jump in. Actually, I did hear about this. So he is actually not fighting to come back. He initially was in the draft for to be picked. He was one of the highest like touted guys, and he's like, after all the scandals with him, like. He thought like no one was gonna touch him. He's like, I don't deserve to be drafted after all this. Like I'm done. Like I don't want to. Montreal ignored his request basically and just drafted him anyways. Yeah. And then he was placed in the OHL like basically just through his age or whatever, and they suspended him for the whole season. And he's like, it's fine. Like I'm good. And they have reinstated him and allowed him. I think Montreal must have put in a bid for it, you know, because that's their future. They took a bet on him. It's kind of like Tony DeAngelo with the Hurricanes. Right. So he's back, but it's not something that he's fighting for. Like, he knows that he fucked up. Yeah. He has apologized. I mean, I'm always one to say that second chances are deserved, but, like, it's kind of like, it's so weird when you get to, like, these kind of lines. You know what I mean? Right. So, but just young kids doing, like, young kid bullshit.
Yeah, you don't know yet. You know, you're learning. You're growing up.
You're figuring it out. You're a young kid with, like, testosterone through the roof. But it's just, and then, but he's going to learn, though, that, like, hey, you're in the professionals now. You got to start acting professional. And this is a huge, like, slap on the wrist, you know? Be like, hey, get your act together. But,
so, yeah, he's been reinstated as of January 1st.
Reinstated as of January 1st. So be on the lookout for him. Well, I think he went pretty big in the draft, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he fell a lot because of the scandal that was going on off the ice. But initially, like, no one thought he was going to go, and I think Montreal took him late. And yeah, so he was like, I literally don't want to be picked. Like, I have other shit that I need to deal with first. So.
So moving on from that, the NHL changes their isolation from 10 to 5 days. I think they're just following the protocol now. Is it just Massachusetts now, or just
no? That's the CDC mandate. It's 10 to 5
now from 10 to 5 days. So that's good. It's not going to hurt teams as much now, I guess, anymore. Moving on, we got Claude Giroux. He becomes the second all-time leader in points in Flyers history with 884. Bobby Clark being number one with 1,210. Claude Giroux entered the league back in 2007 with the Flyers and has been with them ever since. Claude Giroux is another name that I think when you see Giroux, I see a Flyers logo, and big deserve for this dude. This guy's been on an absolute tear.
Dude, how about that fucking gap, though? Second all time, and he's almost 400 points away from the next guy.
Right.
That's nuts, man. But yeah, Claude Giroux's sneaky, like, one of the best players in the league. Like, 5 years ago, I'd probably say that he was in the conversation with Crosby and Ovechkin as, like, the number 3.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Like, I think he's that good, but the Flyers have obviously taken a bit of a turn in the past 4 or 5 years. But in his prime, there was definitely talks of him, being one of the top 3. And I think like he was one of the NHL cover
he's been
athletes.
In a few All-Star games too.
Yeah.
He's definitely been recognized, but at the same time, flying low. But
I think he's on the back 9 of his career too. He's getting older, getting up there.
Right.
So.
But still getting the job done.
Like I wouldn't put him close to like a Ryan Getzlaf, but he's like getting up there in age,
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's get that beard going still. Good to go.
Sticking to the Flyers, too, Ivan Provorov's Ironman streak has actually come to an end at 403 games due to him being placed on COVID protocol. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
It sucks to see. And we were talking a little bit before the episode about, like, Andrew Cogliano's streak ending due to a suspension. Suspension's a little different because it's, like, in the player's control to a certain degree. But the COVID protocol, it's like entirely out of their control in that regard. And I'd almost like to see them be like, let's recognize that he hasn't actually missed a game.
Yeah.
Because he's not, I don't know, injured or it's just weird. So I don't know. I don't know how fans feel about that, but that's how I feel.
He wasn't injured or suspended or anything. It was just COVID protocol.
Like, I wish they could, like, fucking put him in the bubble suit and, like, give him, like, 5 seconds of ice time and then be like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
Like Bubble Boy?
Yeah. Just for a quick 5-second shift so he can, like, mark in as, like, I played.
Just take a clapper off that bubble to see what happens.
Magic goes off him in the net, dude. He just scores.
No, what's something I want to do with the bubble? Do you ever see, like, is it bubble soccer?
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it on here before. The Mass Hockey League that I used to work for, they did a Mass Sports League as well. They would rent out gyms and have those bubble soccer.
Really?
And I would go and referee them and, like, let people play. It was wicked fun, dude. People would get clobbered. So me and my buddies also, like, we all rented one while I was working. And we had, like, my buddy that's, like, probably 6'8", like 280, smash into my buddy's girlfriend who's, like, I don't know, 5'6", like $170, and just flipped her like end over end. It was hilarious just from running into each other. But it's wicked fun, man. Even just trying to play in a bubble, like I would play goalie and like you'd basically like hide your knees into the bubble and like get in front of the ball, kind of,
That's awesome.
It's so much fun. They're awesome, dude. I love that game.
I want to do it so bad.
I feel like they popped a lot more than you would like, though. They're like pretty expensive too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're not like. There's this thing in New Zealand, I think it's called Zorbs, where you can get like into the bubble and like literally like roll around in it and the bubble would go down a hill. But this is like basically like knees up, big bubble, and there's 2 handles on the inside and it's like a backpack. And then there's like inside the bubble, there's like a cylinder that you're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're holding handles in front of you.
I want to do it.
It's mad fun.
We'll find it.
So much fun.
So moving on from that, we have the St. Louis Blues coach Craig Berube became the 7th coach in history to record 200 wins behind a bench and also play more than 1,000 NHL games.
What a dumb stat.
I know. It's just like I don't. You know what's funny? The more we do stats, the more like throughout the week, when we look at stats, I probably won't even like send it to you, but a lot of times I'll read it and I'm like, this is just dumb.
Yeah.
Like there's a new stat that came out that was like, these are the list of NHL players of all time that have scored on 32 NHL teams. I'm like, 32 NHL teams? Like that just happened like fucking 8 years ago. Like Wayne Gretzky couldn't score on 32 teams,
Wait, how many players have done it? It should be like 3.
Like 8.
Yeah, it's like not an option for them. I think it should be looked at as like players that have scored on every team in the league at their time. You know what I mean? Like, if Gretzky, scored on all 28 teams or however many are around when he's there, like that, put them in the same category. Don't call him the 8th to score on 32.
Right, exactly.
It is a different stat though when you think about it because it's 4 extra teams. I don't know. Whatever.
You're in a special stat, bud.
Yeah.
There was a special stat for like the Winter Classic that we're gonna get to. I don't even know. It's just random ass stats that you get into. Oh my God, our boy buddy, he's back.
Let's talk Boston. Everybody loves when we talk Boston.
Everyone fucking loves it.
Fuck Boston. I don't even want to talk about this.
Tuukka
He's not
Rask.
even back, dude. He signed a PTO.
He was actually supposed to play tonight. Tonight is Friday. And he was supposed to play, and the Providence Bruins had to postpone their game.
You believe that it's 69 degrees down here right now?
I fucking doubt that.
We got 6 to 8 inches of snow today, and it's not like cold outside, but it's pretty nice down here, I'd say. Like,
yeah, it's not that bad.
Matt and I have been talking about space heater for a while, and like I was like, maybe we'll get through this winter again without one. Like, you don't really need it, you know? I'm feeling pretty good.
Feeling good.
But anyways, yeah.
You just don't want to talk about Duke.
I don't. I don't see any reason to talk about the Bruins unless there's a reason to talk about the Bruins.
Yeah, Tuukka Rask is coming back, bud.
He's going to the fucking AHL. Who gives a shit?
But he's only playing for like 2 games, and then he's coming up.
2 games? No way.
Yeah.
No way.
There was talk about him flying with the Bruins to Tampa.
When's that game?
I think next week sometime.
Damn.
See what I'm saying?
Damn. He's not back yet. Like, talk about it when he comes back. That's when it's news.
He was practice. He's back. He's good.
So
see him
dumb.
in the Providence jersey?
Let's go back to Carey Price. We talked about him practicing with the team. He isn't coming back from Montreal. You know what I mean?
Listen, buddy,
this isn't news yet.
Close. We're getting close.
Imagine he fucking goes out there and blows a hip. Now he's got to go get surgery again.
I'm going to talk about him next week. I guarantee it.
I bet you will. I bet we'll find something Boston to talk about next week that is not news.
I will personally find something Boston.
You do it every week. Don't worry.
No.
We have something Boston every week to talk about. Yeah.
No way.
We have not gone one episode in 54 episodes of not talking Boston.
Bullshit.
Guarantee it.
I'll go through the episodes.
Go through it.
Think so?
I think we have talked Boston every week. We are from Boston. We have found something Boston to talk about every week.
I know last episode we did, but no, there's no way.
Fuck Boston.
Wow. With the Chicago Blackhawks hat over
That's
there.
right. Absolutely right. All my picks suck, dude. I'm bullshit right now, dude. This is bullshit. You know that? The Flyers suck. The Islanders are fucking dead last in their fucking division. I mean, all my picks. I suck, dude. I'm terrible. The Blackhawks are out. I probably had them in. The Kraken's out. They're in dead fucking last, dude. It sucks. Fuck Boston.
Just a weird season, you know?
Yeah, it's not as weird as last season or the season before, but definitely weird.
But just definitely weird.
Anyways, Winter Classic, dude. Winter Classic was pretty sweet. The Wild look fucking sick in their uniforms. I really like the Wild uniforms.
Wow, you're the only one.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see them? They had the brown pants and the brown skates. They were sick.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of those.
Really? They looked old school. I don't know. I thought they were not necessarily the jerseys, but the overall whole.
Oh, the overall whole
getup,
look.
yeah.
I thought about the jerseys. Yeah, the overall look. I did like.
I thought it looked.
They're
nice.
such like a Christmas looking team to begin with too, and during the
the evergreen like trees in the Wild logo. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's pretty funny.
But
they did get spanked.
I loved the Winter Classic. I thought that was so sick. The fact that it was cold as shit too, I think just added to it.
Yeah, coldest of all time.
Yeah, I think the cold too, or the elevation maybe. I don't know if the elevation.
Just Minnesota in general gets like fucking freezing, like colder than any other state for some reason.
I was telling you, these guys were having such a hard time lifting the puck. Like dump-ins, like if they're able to like lift the puck and like dump it in, it was like a quick like little whoop, and then the puck would just drop. I don't know if the cold had anything to do with it, but I was like, these guys can't fucking lift the puck.
There was a player on the bench too that was getting his ear rubbed, getting like gel put on to keep it from freezing. Dude. Yeah, getting frostbite. He was like wincing at it too when the guy was doing it. He was like, terrible.
We used to play up in Quebec, Mont Tremblant. And one of the players that was part of the group, his glove had like a rip in it for the finger, and it was like negative fucking 15, negative 20 up there in the mountains,
which is kind of close to what this was too.
Right. And we're coming home from Quebec in the bus, and I remember him just like sitting there, just holding it, like the hell's going on, and like it created like a huge like boil or like pus or something like that.
Oh, no way.
Like that's how fucking cold it was. I was like, holy
that's
shit.
disgusting.
And his skin was ripping.
All right, enough. God. That's fucking gross, dude. That's so
like,
gross.
To kind of show you what these guys are going through too as NHL is, I can't imagine getting hit with the puck too, like during that cold. I'm sure like Bennington was just like, fuck it, just hit me, please.
Oh,
he got one off the dome. You see that one in the back?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you poor bastard.
And it went in too, right?
It went in.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
But I absolutely love that Winter Classic game. Still nothing beats that first one, Penguins versus Buffalo. It was just so perfect. Where it started to snow, got into a shootout, the Crosby goal in the shootout. Damn.
Those jerseys too, the Penguins jerseys were awesome.
So sick. Nothing's gonna beat that one. But actually, I could say that.
Go Pens, go.
Go Pens, guy. I love them. I think that was the first. When's the last Winter Classic that you actually enjoyed? I feel like the past few would just be like, eh.
Last year was Nashville, Dallas, dude. So weird. Like, that's not a classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, as bad as it sounds, like, it's great to grow the game and have it down there, but, like, at the end of the day, like, Dallas doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, Nashville, they do care a little bit, but, like,
And they didn't they do the same thing in, like, Anaheim, too?
that was a stadium series.
Series.
I think it was LA and someone else, but it was a stadium series, and they're all about doing the outdoor games, which is great. It grows the game.
Right.
But at a certain point, like, it also, you do too many of them, it kind of shoots itself in the foot where it's like, they have outdoor games. Cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the Heritage Classic I thought was weird too when they did the Canadians ones. Like it was usually Canadians teams. I think they did a Heritage Classic with a Buffalo too. But I think like it's obviously a money grab. Like do as many as you can. But in the sense of a Winter Classic, it should be one game and it should be the original 6 teams. Those are the only options. You know what I mean?
Options, yeah.
And if you run out of options, you're just gonna have to play the same teams again. You know what I mean?
A place where it's cold,
Yeah, and that's basically what it would. Yeah, a place where it's cold. I'd be cool with that too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Imagine a Seattle Vancouver Winter Classic.
Ooh,
It'd be kind of nice outdoors in Vancouver. That's a good rivalry
outdoorsy
too.
Vancouver during like the summertime, during the winter times, like still like 50, 60 degrees out.
I don't think so, buddy.
Yeah, I went up there.
Seattle had snow this week.
Seattle?
Yeah.
When I was up in Vancouver, like that was like late November, December. This was years ago, and it was still like 50, 60 degrees out.
Yeah, it's November, December. That isn't winter.
Yeah, is what it is.
All right. If you say so.
I don't know. That was just my take on it.
Well, hey, they got Colorado done, and the dude was out sitting on a boat with his fucking swim trunks on.
Yeah, you're right.
Lake Tahoe with trunks on last year, right? Didn't get done too well, but it got done. 4-hour rain delay.
More news here, too. I was actually contemplating on not putting him in and just be like, fuck it. Well, at the end of his career, we'll just put everything in like one. And Ovechkin, most power play goals in NHL history with 275. That's a solid stat right there. Power play goal, by the way. 275.
And I think that goes to show, like, how effective he is in his spot. Because that means, like, you set up the diamond, you set up your power play, and he's in his spot, like, you know where he's going to be, but there's nothing you can do about it. 275 goals, number 1 all time. He's been, also the fact how effective he is. He's how old now? Like 38, I want to say.
Yeah.
And he's still running the power play from his spot. You know what I mean? So I think that's awesome. Like, it's a huge stat. And I think he honestly does care about breaking these records. He's shooting for Gretzky's fucking number, man.
I've complained to you time and time again, and I've shown you like little screenshots of just Ovi just sitting there by himself, just waiting for the puck. Like, no one's covering him at all. And I'm like, where's the coverage? You know how dangerous he is on the ice, and, like, no one's taking him. I get, like, the box control, like, in the power play or whatever, but still, like, no one. I don't know. I feel like that should be a move for, like, a head coach. Be like, hey, Ovi's fucking sitting there, If he's that fucking dangerous.
I think we talked about this last week.
Yeah, we're going to move on from that. We're going to be talking about Ovechkin till he retires. Moving on to actually pretty cool news here, too, is, what's his name? We have it right here.
Brian Hamilton.
Brian Hamilton. There we go. He actually came out, and they call him Red. He's trying to figure out find the very special person I need the hockey community's help. To this woman I'm trying to find, you changed my life. He came out with social media and said, problem is I don't know who you are, where you're from. I do know that you were sitting behind the Canucks bench the night the Seattle Kraken played their first ever home game that evening on October 23rd, and the message you showed me on your cell phone will forever be etched into my brain and has made a true life-changing difference for me and my family. Your instincts were right, and that mole on my neck was a malignant melanoma, and thanks to your persistence and the quick work of our doctors, it is now gone. I want you all to know that it isn't about me. It's about the incredible person that take the time to notice something wrong about me. And so I went on social media to find that person, and that person is, oh my God, I have the name here too. Oh my God! Did they take away her name? Oh boy, that's not good. Well, it was a woman. It was a woman from Seattle Kraken, and they met her, and they gave her like $100,000 toward her.
10,000.
Is it? It was 10,000. I thought I read 100,000. It was $10,000 toward her college degree, right, or something like that.
Yeah, medical school.
And she was placed. She got like a special seat right behind the Vancouver Canucks bench. So this is actually a really cool story to see how just like a fan could like notice some of.
I think she's a Kraken fan though, which is hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll show you after this because I don't have it on my phone. But that game that they brought her, she's got like this knitted Seattle Kraken hat that I absolutely fucking love.
Hilarious.
If she's watching this for some reason, I want one. I'll wear one on the episode.
Savage, dude.
So sick.
Savage. Yeah, I thought that was an awesome, heartwarming story. Very cool to see. And like in high school, I remember learning about this, like malignant melanoma and all that stuff. And it is crazy. Like if you have moles, like definitely get them checked. There's like 4 different signs to look for. One's color, one's like texture, I think. Like if you can feel that it's raised, there's a lot of different signs to tell that it could be cancer. So definitely get them checked if you notice them. But I think it's wild that she's sitting behind the bench, takes the time to stare at the back of his neck and be like, yeah, I think that's cancer, you know?
Yeah.
And it goes to show you how bad the Canucks are that she's just staring at the back of this dude's neck like I'd rather stare at the back of your neck than watch this fucking game right now. Got him, dude.
We were just talking about how good the Canucks have been doing.
Yeah, they're good now, but back then, dude, beginning of the season, she's like, we gotta get this coach out of here. This equipment guy, I gotta tell him he's got cancer. This coach has to go. This game's fucking boring as shit.
Oh my God, you went on a tear right there.
Yeah, how's that for Minnesota Wild?
Love it. But I did love this story. But yeah, it
was super heartwarming to see though. Honestly, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's cool that he like reached out and found her and was like, thank you so much. And the team chipped in. And
that reminds me of not exactly the same or same what the fuck so ever, but you showed me this video of Dylan Larkin who tipped over some guy's beer and he felt bad.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
He goes up like, hey, I have $20. Can you give this guy a fucking beer because I popped it over.
Yeah, he's in warm-ups before the game, and I don't know if it was a shot or he, like, crashed in the boards by accident, knocked the dude's beer over, felt bad. He's, like, begging the equipment guy. He's like, you got $20 on you? I need a couple beers for that guy. So funny.
And then we were deciding about how expensive shit is.
Oh,
in, like,
dude,
the
it's like $20 would get him half a beer.
Yeah, which is probably why he felt bad. It's like, shit.
Yeah.
That was not cheap. Moving on from that, actually some more crazy news from the Canadiens. Roberto Luongo, Daniel Briere, and Matthew Darche will interview for the Canadiens GM vacancy. How do you feel about that? Luongo coming back? Briere?
Yeah, I think it's good, man. Like, I don't know how good. I mean, it's hard to gauge. Like, it's not like coaching. You're not as hands-on. It's more of like a financial aspect when it comes to a GM. And, I mean, like, analytical, seeing the stats and saying, this guy is worth X amount of dollars, and we've gotten X from him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I think if they're for it, they're for it. If they're not, they're not. But it's weird to see them, you know, just kind of jump into it, see what happens. I believe the Canadiens just hired a female for, like, president of hockey operations or something like that as well.
Communications.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Communications, that's right. So pretty cool to see. There was also, last time we recorded, rumors of a female that could be interviewed for the GM role, correct?
Right, yep.
Yeah, so still no name on that, but that's pretty cool. Good digging by whoever came up with this to see that Luongo Briere and Matthew Darche will be interviewing. So.
That'd be interesting. For the GM role, do you still need to, like, I know for, like, the head coaches and players, like, well, especially the head coaches, they want you to speak, like, French.
Oh, absolutely.
And
yeah, I think so. The GMs still get interviewed and spoken to in French. Mm-hmm. One thing I thought you were going down the path of was like a player and a coach. You don't really need a degree to do. Do you think you need like a fucking degree to be a GM? I feel like you don't need one, but it would definitely help. Like, I feel like there's some sort of analytics and finance and accounting that goes into it.
I feel like there needs to be like something.
There's probably like a team underneath them though. Like they're kind of like the figurehead, and like I am the GM, and I say, look into this guy. They look in. These are the numbers. Here's what we think. What do you think? Kind of thing. You know.
I don't know. Yeah, no. I mean, you got Cam Neely here. You have Marty Brodeur. That's isn't he like doing something?
Does something with St. Louis.
St. Louis Blues. Mm-hmm. I think it's more how long you've been with the team, or
I think he's
how
the
much you
GM
know,
there.
you know.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Can't remember. I think it's like how well you know the team, or.
Know what I heard actually on Chicklets this week? I'm way behind, but I'm catching up. Brodeur tried to send Binnington to the minors, and Binnington said no. Literally was like, I'm not going there. He didn't go, dude. They didn't send him down because he told Martin Brodeur, one of the best goalies of all time, no.
I wouldn't say one of the best. I'd say the best
dude,
goalie of all time.
The balls on this kid.
Holy.
Literally said no. I think it was, I don't know if it was after, but I don't want to say wrong, but if it was after before the Stanley Cup, but he was like, no, I'm not going back there.
No.
Bro. I'd be like, all right, we'll see you, dude. We're shipping you, and we're selling high. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yet he's still here with St. Louis.
Yeah. I know, right? Marty was probably like, good for you, kid.
You know what? I appreciate that.
I respect that. You know what?
That, yeah.
You're not going to the minors. You're right.
It was like, go fuck yourself, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That explains so much cockiness that he has.
Dude, that just like sums it up, dude. You're going to tell the best goalie in the world, no. I'm not going to minors.
Not even the best goalie, but also your GM of the team you play for.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're going to need you to go to the minors. And he's like, no.
Pulled a Spezza, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, no, if you you put me on waivers, like I'm retiring. I love it.
That's hilarious. So which episode was that?
I don't know. I'd have to check. They were just like, they heard rumors of it and mentioned it. So funny, though. Fucking hilarious. I'm way behind, though. I'm back in like October, I think, September.
My God. Moving on to a better player. Joe Thornton played his 1700th NHL game, which made him the 6th player in NHL history to reach that milestone. Jumbo Joe making moves here, bud. I'm loving this. I'm loving seeing Big Joe moves here.
Yeah, tune in next week to see another fucking dumb record that we're touching on.
Yeah.
Stupid.
6 other players have done it.
Yeah. And next week when he passes the 5th player, you'll say 5 other players have done it.
You're damn right.
Damn right.
Because
it's true. We only report on facts here at Post to Post Podcast.
Facts. Hashtag facts.
Facts, no printer.
Nope, no printer at all.
FAX facts.
Yep. Carfax. Yep. There we go. So, survivor of the Humboldt Broncos crash, Matthew Gomerchik has Merchik?
I have no idea. That's how I like it.
Meant to look that up, but I totally forgot. Has signed his first professional contract in the ECHL. Big move. I love this, man. Like one of the survivors, right?
Yeah.
So
it's so terrible to see, but it's awesome to see that one of them has made it, and hopefully he goes a long way with his career and can make it to the big leagues. I think that'd be the best story that I would see.
Oh yeah.
In the past like 5-10 years, like that's awesome.
I can't think of a better term to use this, but I think fire under the ass for him with like the teammates that passed away.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's a
good term.
A huge motivator for him to really push and be like, I'm doing this for you guys,
Yeah, I bet, man. Like that's one of the back end like mental capacity kind of like drives.
Right.
It's like I got to do it for the other the other guys. It's pretty cool.
So cool. So I definitely want to put him aside and kind of watch his stats and just see how far he goes. So definitely be on the lookout for him. Next up, we have your boy, Nikita Kucherov, coming back from the IR. It's been out for...
Didn't realize he's my boy. He hasn't texted me in a while.
Yeah, I know. He hasn't texted me either. Keep DMing him and he doesn't fucking respond.
It's because you send him in English. You got to send it in Russian.
How long? 5 months?
It's been a while, man. Like they had the Stanley Cup run. They went back to back. Obviously, he took his shirt off in the interview. Fucking savage. Guy's an animal. But yeah, he's coming back. So January 7th, I would say, probably 5 months is about right.
5 months.
Good time frame. Was it shoulder surgery for him? I forget.
I think it was shoulder surgery. Yeah.
Probably not. But yeah.
But sorry, but Nikita Kucherov, man, it's funny because he comes back and I'm looking him up, and YouTube was just like, hey, remember this Stanley Cup win interview with him shirtless and the Bud Light just
hilarious,
sitting there?
just
and
smiling.
Watched it again, and I was like, God damn,
dude, for him to be coming back right now, while they're at number 1 spot in the Atlantic Division, like, it's nuts. Like, Tampa is just gonna keep fucking going, dude. They're gonna three-peat this year. I picked the Islanders. They're in dead fucking last, so probably.
Imagine if Tampa three-peats.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Fuck.
I wonder how many teams have three-peated. Islanders, Edmonton probably, maybe Montreal. Those are probably the only 3 teams.
Tampa won't want COVID to go away. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you think the bubble's a good thing for them?
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, we're used to this. We're used to winning in these conditions.
Got this.
That's
After
hilarious.
COVID goes away, they're going to start losing.
We do have a couple number retirements coming up soon, too. Willie O'Rees, number 22, will be retired on January 18th with Boston versus the Hurricanes. And Chris Pronger's number 44 will be raised to the rafters in St. Louis on January 17th versus Nashville.
Oh, yeah. Willie O'Rees took a while, I think. Well, more Boston news, I guess, for Boston Bruins.
Of course, man. We should have covered it next week. Then we would have been all set.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'll do it again next week. Trust me.
We'll find something next week. Don't worry.
We'll do it.
We'll talk about how Nikita Kucherov's left pinky toe is really giving him some trouble this week.
Yeah, right.
That's Boston news right there.
And and then we'll see how Boston Bruins handle that. You know, with Tuukka Rask and that. You know, right?
Sound.
Oh yeah. So, 2 more things that we have. Actually, no, 3 more things that we have to talk about. Mikko Koskinen on Coach Dave Tippett. We've had this conversation together.
This was nuts, man. This was nuts.
And Mikko Koskinen was not a fan of being thrown under the bus by Dave Tippett. And he's kind of right. Goalies can't score unless you're Marty Brodeur or Mike Smith. That's
there you go. Nice. I was like, he's not going to come up with a second one, is he? Nice,
yeah,
dude.
Mike
Nailed
Smith.
it.
There we go.
Nailed it. Because I wouldn't have had a second one for you.
Oh, really?
No, I wouldn't have.
I had it on the tip of my tongue.
Nice.
I was like, there's a fucking other one. I know it.
But yeah, Mikko Koskinen kind of thrown under the bus by Tip. The Edmonton Oilers doing pretty shit in their last 12 games. They're on a 5-game losing streak right now. And Tippett tries to say that it's goaltending is the issue. And I think it's more than just that. I think goaltending is the easy scapegoat for Edmonton. It's been their issue for a few years now. Koskinen's numbers aren't terrible, but they're not good either. Like he's somewhere. There's perfect, there's great, there's good, there's not good, and then there's terrible. Yeah. He's somewhere between good and not good. You know what I mean? Like he's definitely not doing the best, but like he says, when the team puts up 7 goals in 6 games, like he can't win with that. You know what I mean? So he's not wrong. I think Tip. It's so much harder being in a Canadian market because the media puts you under that kind of a microscope where you have to find someone to blame and really figure out what the issue is. And I just think it's a bad answer by Tippett. Like, you can't literally single out 2 players on the team and be like, yeah, this is our issue.
Right.
You know, when I don't really think it is. Like, maybe it's Mike Smith. Like, I think going at the backup goalie, like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, imagine if the Bruins are like, oh, yeah, Swayman's not doing too well right now. And he's like, below average stats, but like doing all right. Yeah. I'd be like, buddy, what the fuck? You gonna blame the backup goalie right now? That's your issue? If that's your weakest link, you're doing all right. You know what I mean?
Imagine blaming your taxi squad too. Like, taxi squad.
Yeah, fucking
really
Craig Anderson.
Good, yeah.
Craig Anderson playing like shit tonight.
Really not doing good. Yeah.
Craig Anderson's like, buddy, I'm 41. Fuck you.
Ben Bishop not really doing good.
I'm making $400,000. I'm below league minimum right now. I'm on the taxi squad.
But yeah, you can't just single out. I feel like you should be such a fucking robot at this point. Be like, oh yeah, just team as in a general should be having a hard time. But instead of sitting,
those answers don't feed the Canadian media. They'd be like, no, you can't tell us that. They would Binnington that answer. They'd be like, no.
You're right. That's what Phil Kessel. Remember Phil Kessel in Toronto? The whole Dion Phaneuf. Toronto for a long time was just like ripping Dion Phaneuf apart, like blaming him for everything.
And they do it with everyone. They chased a defenseman out of town. Oh, who is he? He went to Edmonton. He's playing really well for them. And chased him out of town. They're like, man, Toronto, you look like a fucking bunch of buffoons right now. I'll look it up. I'll figure it out right now. But it's just like, Edmonton? That's what they do. No, Toronto traded him to Edmonton.
I mean, Canadian sports is just what's what I'm looking for. Not broadcasters, but like news reporters are just fucking terrible. But like, I feel like it's worse here too.
What do you mean? What's worse here?
I'm gonna bring it up again. You know what? I'm gonna bring it up.
Go ahead. You gonna talk about fucking 98.5 again?
Fucking Tuukka Rask, Felger, Mass. Yeah, back at it again, boys. Throwback, flashback Friday, buddy. There we go.
He's put under a spotlight, but it's not just him. They'll call out fucking Jake DeBrusk for requesting a trade when he's fucking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they just want the clicks, man. They're not like the Canadian media in the sense that they care. Right. They're like BuzzFeed or like TMZ. They want the hot story. They want to say hot shit that makes people listen to them.
Right.
It's Zach Hyman is who I'm thinking of. He's actually a left winger.
Oh yeah.
He was chased out of Toronto and he's playing really fucking well with Edmonton. And Toronto fans and media just look like idiots right now. You know, it's like you picked the wrong guy to chase out of town.
I feel like they did the same thing with Freddie Anderson. Did I look at?
Oh yeah,
with,
absolutely.
Carolina?
No, I agree, but at the same time I don't because Anderson played like shit for the Leafs and I think it's just too much of a spotlight in general to be a goalie in Toronto, to be a player in Toronto. And now look at how he's revitalized his career down in Carolina. And to think that he was in the minors last year too. Right. I'm going to go take a piss. Good luck talking to yourself. You got no option, dude. I'm out of here. Bring my beer with me too.
Why did you do this to me?
I got nothing.
Oh my God. All right. Well, the last thing I actually have there's two things I want to talk about, but the last thing we talk about, I need this friggin' piece of shit here with me. So Wes McCauley was at it again with the 5-minute fighting call. I can't even fucking put a clip on here. I'll show you Wes McCauley doing his little karate thing with the 5-minute for fighting. But before we do the last thing, I do want to say, while I'm here and Chris is upstairs, that it's good to be back. We apologize for being out for 2 weeks. We only had planned for the Christmas, and then, as I said earlier, I got the flu. I originally thought I had COVID. Like, I was, like, bad. And then, I sleeping for, 16 hours a day, and I couldn't do it. And then I finally got a test. I was testing negative. The doctor that I was getting the test for was telling me flu's going around. So he tested me for the flu, too, and that's exactly what I had. If I seem still, kind of... if I sound like I still sound like shit, then yeah, that's it. I still got some residuals from it. And then Chris's daughter got sick, and so that sent us back another week. But now we're back post 2022, so I'm glad you guys all had hopefully a good New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Hope your resolutions are going well. This dude's been pounding Trulies, by the way.
Dude, these things are going down like water tonight. I've had them once or twice. These are the Truly Teas. Pretty good. There's also a new margarita variety pack coming out. Pretty solid, too. But yeah, what were we catching the fans up on?
Nothing at all.
Just talking to yourself? All right, sick. Myself. Did you cover Wes McCauley?
Yep. So this is the last thing on the list that we're going to talk about, bud. You ready for this? Ready for this other bullshit that we
No, I need a beer.
You need a beer? Good God. Good God.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's Friday, boys. SKA, SKA, St. Petersburg, named Roman Rottenberg.
Nice.
God, what a name. The new head coach.
I'm going to go ahead and say that's Rotenberg.
Rotenberg. Yeah, there we go.
Rottenberg.
Well, we'll be calling him Rottenberg after this. The new head coach replaced the previous coach, Valery Bragin, as senior coach.
What a sick title, dude. Hold on real quick. This guy's the head coach right now, Valery Bragin, and they're like, oh, actually, we're going to bring this guy in, Roman Rottenberg, and you can have the title of senior coach.
Senior coach.
Anything that you think that he should do, just... tell him.
Tell him.
Let him know what you think.
Yeah, we didn't technically fire you, but you're really on the sidelines, bud.
What an asshole move.
So, this dude, Roman Rottenberg, he has no coaching experience whatsoever. He's SKA's vice president. He's also vice president of the Russian Ice Hockey Federation. He's the general manager of the Russian national team. He's also the deputy chairman of the KHL Board of Governors. Oh, and a little side note here. His father is a billionaire with close personal ties to Vladimir Putin. How fucking sketchy is this move right here from St. Petersburg?
Yeah, in case you were wondering, too, SKA is at the... Oh, wow. They're actually the third-place team in their league behind Metalberg, which is... Oh, no, Metallurg, MG, and Tractor. This team's name is Tractor with a K. Tractor. I love it. That's great. But SKA is the most crooked fucking, team in the entirety of hockey. Like... They are just in tight with Russia. Like, Putin loves them. That's his team. If they want to win the championship, Putin wants them to win, they're going to fucking win. Like, that's the way it goes, man. There are actually way more teams in the KHL than I thought. Oh, no, I'm thinking Siska. SKA is a different team than Siska, dude. There's 2 fucking teams with the same initials, basically.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm thinking Siska. Oh, whoops. Well, there goes my take. But either way, I don't give a shit, dude. Whatever, dude. Metallurg is my new team. Metallurg's sick. I think there's a Metalberg team in the German league, too. I'm going to get a Metalberg jersey.
I feel like Tractor's my new one. I fucking love Tractor now with the K. Tractor with the K.
Tractor with the K. The fucking logo. The logo is a fucking big green tractor. That'd be sick.
How many Trulies is that for you, bud?
Couple.
Oh,
man, dude. Tractor. Boy. What is their logo, dude? Oh, it's actually a sick polar bear. I'm going to look up Tractor's. Dude, you want to know who they lost to? No, who they won to in overtime last night?
Who?
Locomotive. What is this league, dude? The Tractors beat the Locomotives last night, 4-3 in overtime. Oh, my goodness.
I love
Tractor
it.
jersey.
I fucking love it.
Oh, man.
You know what vibes this gives me, though? Danbury Trasher vibes.
Oh, yeah, dude.
100%.
All right,
let's
see.
These players.
We're going to throw up a Tractor jersey for you guys to check out, but I'm liking their new updated, like, if this is their updated logo, that's pretty sharp. The sleeves look like shit. It's like a zebra. But this other one, dude, this looks like, it's like the Sharks logo biting a stick, but, like, he just looks angry. Just looks like an angry Russian polar bear, dude. Look, he's pissed. He's hungover as shit.
You mean a Russian pet?
Oh, my God. I love this, dude. I'm going to go play in the KHL.
That's why people do it?
For the jersey?
For the jersey?
No, dude, I want to play for Locomotive. I'm Team Cars. I'm not Team Tractors. Oh, man. Well, as you can tell, we've run out of content.
I'm just sitting here just enjoying because, I mean, you're already in one before I got here.
No, dude, I'm not in one. I'm doing all right.
You doing good?
Yeah, I'm just ripping on the KHL because fuck Russia. Yeah, dude. So,
but that's it.
I got 2 new goalie sticks for Christmas. Pretty happy about that. A couple of our Christmases got postponed a little bit. I'm hoping to get some golf stuff. My wife actually got me a really nice watch, a rangefinder, and
oh, that's right. You're a watch guy.
Yeah, but it's a golf watch, like a rangefinder, so it knows where I am on the course, what hole I'm on. It knows every course in the country.
Oh wow!
So like if I'm playing like even like Aruba, if I'm playing Aruba and I'm on the 4th hole, it knows that I'm 110 yards from the pin, and that tells me that I should use my 8-iron. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah. So I'm excited to get that going, and she gave me. It actually there was a deal on the site. She paid $20 extra to get a dozen of Pro V ones, which are like the best ball in golf, and those are usually like $50 a pack at least for a dozen.
Awesome.
So. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped, dude. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping to get a putting green. If I don't, I'm going to buy one because I deserve it. I was a good boy this year. Yeah, man. I'm looking to work on some shit in the off season. Listen to a couple hockey. A couple golf podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey though. I'm going to skate tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Rise and grind, baby.
Rise and grind. You're a morning guy.
Yeah, I have to be now. It's just the time to get out of the house. You know, It works. What about you? What'd you get for Christmas? Anything good?
Nothing. I've been sick.
Yeah. Sucks to suck.
So I had to stay home because I was sick and my family was over. And then literally like a few days later, my mom and Aaliyah both, actually and my father too, both all tested positive for COVID.
Oh, that sucks. Aaliyah too?
Yeah.
That stinks.
And so it's been, everyone's just getting sick. It's fucking spreading like a wildfire.
Yeah, around here it kind of seems like everybody's going to get it.
It's insane.
I don't know how I've dodged it. And you've dodged it too, technically.
I dodged it, yeah. It's
You're just sick as a dog for no reason.
I thought I had it. Like I was telling them while you were up there, I swear to God, I thought I had it. And then I tested negative. I was like, whoa, okay. Yeah. So you can just get the flu now. Interesting.
It's crazy how that works.
The flu still exists? Holy shit. But we got some we got a nip to rip here, and
it feels good to be back. No, I'm just happy to be back. Happy to be recording again. Like, it's technically been 3 weeks for us, which is a long time. Like, we took 2 weeks off, which, you know, the way time works, that's 3 weeks. I still sound like shit, dude. I'm mad nasally.
Feels weird. It felt weird getting ready to come over here. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got Dr. McGillicuddy's menthol mint, the classic.
I got Dr. McGillicuddy's butterscotch, the other classic.
The Ronan special. Dude, fuck butterscotch. Do you like that?
Not really.
Really?
I realize I don't like apple pie anymore.
What is the classic for you?
Menthol mint.
No, but like that's like your go-to shot would be McGillicuddy's menthol. You know what I mean? What's the classic? This is my classic, definitely.
Yeah, menthol mint.
Yeah.
For me,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Well, now since like I never really ripped nips at all until I started hanging out with Tommy and everyone.
I mean, we usually don't either. Like the only time I really do nips was back in the day was going to like a Bruins game on the train, like wicked scumbag move, but typical Boston guy just getting shit-faced on the drive-in on the train.
It's such an old move. I work on the community rail. It's like the Bruins game or St. Patty's Day especially.
Oh, brutal.
You're letting everyone off and you walk through this fucking 10,000 nip bottles all over the place.
Yeah, dude, nips for the golf course is really like where you're seeing that.
Well,
but they fucking like for some reason love those like flavors, root beer, grape, like you name it, anything but this. Like I'm like, dude, mouthwash is fine for me, dude.
Yeah,
this is great.
menthol mint goes down nice.
All right, buddy.
But cheers. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. How was that?
Oh, best one ever.
Minty?
Oh yeah. Don't need to brush my teeth tonight.
Oh, it's funny. I don't have the burn in the back of my throat right now.
Yeah, these don't really do that too much.
No. But
yeah, I don't know if I got anything else, man. I'm excited to skate tomorrow. I'm happy to be playing and
happy to get back into like the swing of things. I was just saying, I think I still have some remnants of the flu still just kicking out of my body right now. So hopefully by next Friday, where both of us are like 100%. You know?
Yeah, I was saying to you before we recorded too, I was like, dude, my voice sounds terrible. I feel like I've sounded sick for like maybe 7 weeks out of this year, like all these episodes. Like I hate it.
I don't know.
I need a radio voice, you know? I got a face for radio. I need a voice for radio, you know?
Actually, I saw a video on Instagram. Some dude from like Channel 4 News. He's got like a special needs son, so like for some awareness they were doing it, but I couldn't help but like focus on like his voice. He's on TV, but he's got such a fucking radio voice. You know, like he's got like the deep like, hello, this is my son, and I'm like, God, I wish I had that. You know, I feel like when you have that voice, like you have no fucking option but to do like radio. I feel like you go into a radio and like the guy like in an interview, the guy's just like, read this sentence right here, and then he just read the sentence and be like, yeah, you're in. You know?
Yeah,
is what it is. But thank you.
You doing it?
Should I do it? You want to do it?
I think you need to memorize it at some point. Like, you got to write it down and memorize it. Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for listening. If there's anything you want to see us cover next episode, let us know. Our links are in the description, and we'll see you all next week.
You're not going to do it?
You usually say something when I finish that.
Peace.
Bye, guys.